So, it wasn't the last that we saw of Moon, as Remo is back with me. We see him here again. The last standing Korean against the last standing Orc here in Shanghai.
Rematch time now. When you look at the grid, you would assume, well, Moon should win this, right? Fly just lost to life, but in their first match it was the Orc having the upper hand. And I think against life, Fly made a few mistakes that weren't necessary. Is he going to be able to iron out those flaws? Map-wise, we have Terranos Stand and Echo banned, super standard bans. Nothing surprising as far as that goes.
Yeah, Fly really on a roll recently, winning a lot of tournaments. Last one was Taidu Esports Masters, the tournament sponsored by Sky's hardware company. He won it in a final against 1-0, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, his biggest achievement, winning WCA and GCS back-to-back in 2015 and 2016, as December 2015, January 2016. Both crazy good with 60% against Night Elf and Orc. It's the 6th best player in the world. It's the 7th best player in the world. The game, ladies and gentlemen, it starts right here, right now. Moon versus Fly number 2 in Group C. Who's gonna prevail?
Alright. Amazonia, as always, good for the Night Elf in the early game. Not so good in the late game. But against Life, Moon, he didn't really even get to the late game. He lost very early on tier 2. Too much pressure coming his way. Moon actually played very interestingly against Fly in their first series with Dryads and expansions, and that sometimes worked, sometimes didn't work. Honestly, it was pretty good though.
Alright, before the game starts, a few shoutouts here. Thank you Zepson for the host. Thank you Cranker for the 4-month resub. Thanks for the awesome coverage. Keep it up, guys. Less than 3. 420 Blaze it. And shout out to Splix. Yeah, Splix, great guy. Shout out to you, definitely. Fetty69 has resubscribed as Lul. We thank you for that as well. Thank you for the support to all of you. So, game time now. Moon versus Fly. I think it was solely Moon's fault to not win this series. I expected Fly to be a lot better. Moon as well, actually. They both didn't play their A game in the first series. What do you think about it?
I absolutely agree. Especially on map number 1 on Twisted Moon. I don't want to say that the game was 100% over, but it was looking so good for him. He was just overconfident, deciding to attack when he could have just fallen back and let the economy win the game for him. But anyways, that barracks is looking weird.
The barracks looks weird, and I think the burrow is super far up front as well.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a block. You can pass through there, so he needs another burrow to complete the wall off, because of course you only want one single entrance to your base, which then you will be able to block with one single grunt.
Moon aggressive play by Fly here, not creeping at all.
Very weird to do that on Amazonia.
Yeah, I think I've never seen this before.
Where you're not gonna be in time to deal any of the creeps. Wait a minute.
Is he just going for the Moonwell?
Is this 2 burrow tech? No. Okay. Because then he could really put a lot of pressure on.
But he cancels 2 Moonwells here. Good opening for Fly. This map we haven't seen before, right? Between the two?
No.
Alright, so it's definitely something new. Moon with only 1 Moonwell. This was really risky, exploiting the fact that he tagged before going for the second Moonwell. Now there's almost no healing anymore, but he has to, he has no shop. He went for this aggression.
Oh, he can block maybe. There's a Wisp going in position. The Blade Master's of course gonna get the kill. Is the Blade gonna get out though? He wants to block him. He's putting in the swipes. And the Wisp is there for the block. If he loses the hero already, this is a horrible start, but he gets away.
And now there's Windwalk, no mana burn coming out. He doesn't even need it. And only now he's able to reproduce the Moonwells. This is not a good opening for Moon at all. Losing the Archer, he's back. He has Windwalk, mana burn. Now, but he used it just before the mana burn arrives, man.
Alright. So the Blade now certainly has to go back. He was able to skip on the shop for a long time, so this should be a very fast tech indeed. Closing in on the tech, yeah. But of course also the one Moonwell tech is super fast as well.
And this burrow a lot more defensively, but do you think he can go through there?
I think so. I mean,
sometimes it's weird in Warcraft that the boxes are look open, but they're actually not.
That's true. But I definitely think that should be possible. We'll see. Maybe. Moon might not play that aggressively. Foggy, of course, known for his tier 2 aggression. But Moon has a specialty of where he's aggressive with the Demon Hunter solo and creeps the Beastmaster in the same time. Not always, but you know, oftentimes he will do that.
Cool little trick by Moon here, by the way, to use a Wisp to lure the second troll away, so creeping is easier and doesn't get that much damage. I think Focus invented it with Orc. Moon took over and used it to his purpose now. See a very early Beastmaster, so is it again gonna be the preferred level 3 on the Beastie Boy, or will he finally learn from it and give him a better Demon Hunter? He's already level 2.5, but no, he's creeping with the Beastmaster here and playing Blade Master-esque Demon Hunter.
So he is doing it again. Ooh, yeah, that inventory is looking damn nice. Can he cancel something here? Going into the back, and yeah, absolutely, there was a gap in that base layout, but I don't know. Oh, tried to block with the peon, didn't quite work, but the demon is too low, he can't cancel this. But he can be annoying.
Can be annoying and buy some time. I'm still not sure that this Beastery is the way to go, this position. No critical strike, he's not even close to hitting him, and this is close to level 2 for the Beastmaster.
And the Ancient of War is gonna take the next camp soon, and now he's like, yep, let's close that little leak.
Okay, but still, we saw it before. I think in a game against Life by Fly that this is so easy to kill with talents.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a big risk. I mean, if the Night Elf pushes, you can put a few peons in there, you have a little bit of piercing damage, so it's nice in the defense, but it's so easy to exploit.
Absolutely true. 2 archers now. Moon really likes sprinkling in those additional archers, when usually it's only a single one. But helps his mid-game a little bit. It's not gonna make the biggest of differences. Only an archer, of course, but... TC moving out. Of course, the Orc is stronger right now. He's gonna have Spirit Link and Ensnare to work with in a second, but this camp might still go to the Night Elf. Gets level 2 here for the Beastmaster. No mana, though, for the Hawk. But the rest will go to the Orc.
Yeah, that means the big item as well. Big chunk of experience. The Demon Hunter does not hunt the Blade Master anymore. Wind of Illusion can be put to good use to provoke a wrong Cyclone or something. But it's interesting that all 4 production buildings of both players go on uncontested. Ensnare is there, as well as Spirit Link. So usually, if everything goes according to plan, this is better for the Orc. So I definitely prefer Fly's early game here over Moon's.
I still think Moon is pretty good though. He's oh, that is that dropped.
Is Focus playing?
It looks like it. But Moon is getting away with a lot in the early game, and that's I think always a measure that you can rely on for how well the early game is, or for how well the game is going for the Night Elf. The question of how much can you do before master training. Might be forced into a TP here as the Orc is approaching. Only one Ensnare though, I think, so he should be able to staff out.
There we go. Can't apply it again. Boom, off we go. This is 2 auras already for Fly. It's really good. Second Raider is there. First Berserker for the damage. Only 1 Walker. There's the second one. I was wondering where it is. And this should be time for the Adept upgrade. Yep. Coming in halfway through. And then Master Training should have started. Yeah, also 1/3 done. It's time for Moon after this to produce a lot of talents. He has 3 of them already. Creeps up. This is level 3 Demon Hunter, and he didn't have that in the majority of games before. So level 2 mana burn essential.
Not a very good item over here with the Belt of Giant Strength. Fly might have the opportunity to get the opponent's gold mine before Master is done, but it's also kind of risky. If somehow the Night Elf drags it out and is able to creep jack then with the Cyclones, it's gonna be very dangerous. So it is the Orc playing it more safely, going for his own natural, and this can be an amazing item.
Wind of Mana stealing though, not great. Can be a little help, but I think he will rather sell it for a heal scroll or Invo Potion. What's on the other side? Invo Potion might be the best, and Heal Potion as well. Apart from that, Invo Potion it is. Nice. Always great to have that 15 second invulnerability. Production has really started for Moon now, as before the one engine of Wind was basically a research lab for upgrades. Now it's time for units there, but they both almost ignore each other and let the other player creep so much.
And that's already what I really didn't like about Fly's game against Life. I think he's playing this way too passively. This Beastmaster's level 3 before the first fight starts.
TC a little unlucky, missing 6 experience for the level up. And doesn't see that wisp here, as it seems. But okay, he gets it here. Blade Master is of course a strong force, but he will be up in the air most of the time. That's why I said items on the TC matter more if it's mana items than damage items on the Blade Master do. So he doesn't have the big invul, just a small one. Orb of Venom on the Demon Hunter, +5. Is he going for heal scrolls already? Yeah, here's the first one. There is not the second one. Doesn't have the gold at the moment, that's why he leaves the Tinker behind. Pulling 2 wisps already. Here's the second one. Closing in on 47 food. This is not where Fly wants to fight. Oh, he broke upkeep already, and it's going for the red spot. He needs to hurry up now as the Hawk sees this, and he's walking right into that direction. Everything is healthy though. This could be a great item. He's blocking. He needs to fasten this up. Awesome battle drums. Holy shit! 3 amazing auras for the Orc.
Alright, the Night Elf wanting to take a fight in one of the few chokes of Amazonia, right there where the Pocket Factory is deployed. Is Fly gonna engage anyways into that decent position? The first shockwave hitting very well onto 5 of those talents, and there's more. Is he gonna burn the right hero because he used Wand of Illusion to confuse the opponent, but the TC is nicely staying out of range of the mana burn.
To that, another Cyclone Moon backs up here. 10 supply advantage for Fly. How much mana is there? He can get more Quill Beasts. The Demon Hunter was in a bad position, or the TC was in a great position, however you want to see it. Not able to burn. Now the Clarity is working overtime.
I'm surprised he's keeping the belt. It's a little bit of right click.
He is a great right clicker. It's just slow, so that +6 definitely helps. Well, yeah, now +11 with the Warsong.
Yeah, these auras really coming in big. If he gets a, what's it called? Cutgas Pipe, that would be the dream.
Yeah, it's actually a cool synergy between Warsong Battle Drums and Scourge Bone Chimes, because it's bonus damage, and the more damage you do, the more HP you get back, so they benefit each other.
That's true. Alright, 67 supply for the Orc. The Night Elf doesn't know about this, has no scout of it, but he sniffs it out. Moon, he's got the feeling, and he's got the right one. 3 Fairy Dragons now joining the battle. Still 3 Grunts alive, by the way, all the way from the early game. And here we go. There's a lot of Spirit Link missing on this army.
Is there a Wisp to the spell? Oh, that Shockwave was once again... No, not that great, actually. He'll score to counter it immediately. Demon Hunter surrounded by some units, but Fly backs up, doesn't want to take that fight despite a 14 food advantage. TC back on the ground, but no mana anymore. Also, no mana potion. Beastmaster in trouble. Has to use the first heal potion. Demon Hunter caught with him. Invul potion swapped over. That exposes the Demon Hunter, though. Blade Master taking care. Where are the Cyclones on the Blade Master? He can basically do whatever he wants. Moon with a pretty big mistake here. Is the mana low? No, that's not. Here we go. Double Cyclone. Dispelled immediately. Blade Master with level 2 critical strike and well equipped, and that damage that he does. Where are the Cyclones on the first hero?
Finally, here we see the storm again. The Cyclones coming in. Heroes up in the air, but now Blade on the ground again, going for the demon. Heal potion keeps him alive. Here's another one, but it's cooling down. TP, of course, will be ready and will be forced as the Raider all gets away.
Yeah, Fly can be happy that it didn't backfire more, that he was creep jacked here. Still want to go for it. I think the Grand Golem was so low. Can Moon be that fast? I'm not too sure. Will he expand again? The Peon is there, and here's the expansion again.
Alright, at 55 supply, I am expecting him to get some more Berserkers, but he's not doing it at the moment. A lot of these talents very hurt, dangerous. Greater Invul, by the way, has been used in that fight. Only a one-time use, he needs a new one, and probably needs a TP as well. Too dangerous. He didn't even use the Wand of Illusion, surprising, on the Blade Master. Alright.
He doesn't have an Invul potion right now, right? He prefers the 2 heal scrolls, despite having such a great Blade Master.
2 scrolls of speed, also pretty cool. You can use one to engage, one disengage.
Good amount of mana on Moon's talents, all of them halfway full.
So that 55 supply only decides to invest into inventory more so than into units. And the Hawk is gonna scout this creep camp. And that's of course a good opportunity to attack. And here we go, one of illusion again. Only one though.
Moon is there, right where he needs to be. How much is it? 55 versus 50. That's a good fight, or should be a good fight for Moon if he does it well. Fury Dragon's in a great position. There is a lot of Spiritling though. Shockwave hits nicely. The Pocket Factory as well. One Raider being micro superb by Fly.
Alright, but they're moving forward. There's no coverage here. No cover, I mean, for those talents. Invo on the Beastmaster keeps him alive. Again, Cyclone on the blade, but quickly disenchanted. Going for the Demon Hunter now, forcing the healing potion perhaps. Not yet though, as the Raiders move forward, net after net, finding the talents, but now they're pretty low. Finally reapplying the Spirit Link is the Orc player, going for the Beastmaster speed scroll. He wants to force this TP, or even better, the kill, because he doesn't have a TP, and he will die in the end. Falls, second hero down, and now the Demon Hunter only now coming back into this fight with a Telly staff, but only has like a handful of talents left. This doesn't look like a fight that the Night Elf can win. Or is this where the Orc bleeds out? Level 5 for the blade. Big critical strike to finish it in style. Yes, 174. Not that big for level 3, but big enough. Net after net again, more and more talents falling. Moon against the ropes, he's in so much trouble, only one hero left and not many talents to help him out in this defense. Is he gonna push forward Fly, or is he gonna be satisfied with this? He doesn't need to win the game right here, he's still got the expansion in the back.
Perfection, this fight was really good by Fly. Just investing almost 400 gold into that expansion was only designed to be a distraction here, but he completely demolished Moon's army. And once again, I have to ask, where are the Cyclones when you need them? I think this timing is very off. The Blade Master can do way too much. He's not supposed to do that. But to be able to have that much space.
Yeah. And now he gets the riches, the spoils of war will be collected by the Orc. He's gonna get the red camp, and he also got sharp control and stole the items from his opponent. And now, what's the next drop gonna be? He's found some pretty good items this game. This is not really one of them, but doesn't matter. Get some more mercenaries here with the Berserker. 64 supply for him. Is this level 5 for the TC?
Is definitely level 5 for the TC. Level 3 Shockwave inbound, and then all he needs is a mana potion to complete his inventory, his arsenal. 3 Berserkers, plus the Warthog battle jumps, plus 3 damage on all of them. That's mega damage here. And as you said, level 3. More Raiders. No upgrades yet on them, as he has no War Mill, of course, but he produces up to 70 supply, and Moon stuck in his base at 40. It's a 30 food advantage for Fly.
And he's just containing him. He's not gonna give him any items. 2 heal scrolls and an invul now. And during those 7 seconds, this Blade Master is gonna be a beast. And here we go, moving forward. Who is he gonna go for? Beastmaster first, Invul, popped, and now here comes the damage. Shockwave coming in from the back as well, the artillery!
Oh, here comes the pain! It's the Blade Master. It looks so easy for him. End snare over end snare, crit over crit, G over G. This is 1-0 Fly.
Man. Strong performance. I was questioning how passive he was being, Fly, but definitely good enough. Well fought. And if I'm Moon here, I'm a little afraid, because that Beastmaster had such a good start. You had good hero levels for the late game, and it was not enough at all.
Yeah, again, I think hard to say, but once again, Moon's fault. He had everything he needed in the first fight, I think. Maybe a better position would have been good, but
that's the thing about Amazonia.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to find a good position there. But Fly was able to move a lot of units back, and there was never this backslash that you get usually, where the units drop low and get killed. Fly didn't allow that. Always moved the hurt ones back, and the Blade Master did do the rest.
Yep, well done. Now it's gonna be the Night Elves map choice. So, what do they usually go for? Turnas? No, Speed Out. What else do we have? Ancient Isles? That could be the pick.
What else is there? I don't think you wanted to play
Last Refuge. It's pretty good. A lot of chokes.
Yeah, that's true. If it's not really good.
And it is Ancient Isles.
Alright, yeah. We see it a lot here today.
Yeah.
It comes down to the items a lot. I mean, you can find Mana Stone, Book of the Dead can be great. Wind of the Wind can be used against you to give the TC a little more room.
Is that your favorite item?
Wind of the Wind? I think it can decide fights alone if used to perfection, but that's the one key. You need the absolute perfect time to use that. You need an army where there's no dispel in, like the opponent's army is not allowed to have dispel. So it's very situational, but you know, when it works, it can win you games.
Yeah. I think occasionally it's like totally overpowered, but it also opened up so many new avenues and, you know, stuff that you can exploit when you're a very good player.
Yeah.
For example, I don't know, 4 units around can be accomplished, you know, armies that usually are not dangerous to heroes suddenly can be. Stuff like that. And we're gonna start our next game.
Is there any explanation to why there were not enough Cyclones against the Blade Master? Is there anything I missed there, or was it just off?
I don't think there is. I mean, they haven't had... they had like 2 fights that game, so it's not like the Talons were wasting their mana all the time. They should have had really good mana.
Yeah, they had. I checked after the fight. They were definitely some there. Moon facing elimination once again for the 2nd time. Against Hawk, he was able to come back. But Fly is a different caliber.
A different beast today. Beast mode enabled? Question mark. He's playing way more passively. Wasn't he like always an aggressive player?
Yeah, he was.
But today he's like totally calm, collected, takes his time, gives his opponent time. Very surprised by this.
Yeah, Moon's still the favorite amongst our fans, but maybe not much longer as the 2nd game starts here on Ancient Isles. Will it be the last one for Moon, for Korea? We will see in about 20 minutes.
Alrighty.
Thank you very much, Siakara, for the 7-month resub. He says, B2W, thank you. We do thank you, my friend.
So, you think this is where Moon tries to fall back on the Dryads again?
Why would you... It's not that easy. I think it depends a bit on the early game. If he can get a good early game, then that allows him to expand, and that allows him to go Dryads.
Yeah. I also think you have to go with an expansion. Dryads 1 base, just so hard to make work. And Focus showed us, well, you just need 2 bestiaries and then you kill them 1 by 1.
Yeah, Moon in GCS, he played 2 out of the 3 episodes so far. This is his 3rd. And it was a great tournament for him, usually. The first one he played basically right after his comeback, placed 4th. Only lost to Remind in the lower bracket semi-final. Afterwards, it got even better in the spring edition. He got 3rd place, and in the lower bracket final, he lost 2-0 to Fly. For Fly on the other side, he was the champion, we all know that. He could be the first one to defend his title. Apart from that, the first edition didn't went that well for him. Lost in the lower bracket round 2 against Remind. That was the series that broke the streak. Last time, he didn't even make it out of the group stage as WFZ eliminated him. But that was after a little tiny break from Warcraft. And then, like, there was a special edition with the 4 best Chinese players, WFZ, TH, Fly, and 120, WFZ, and he won that as well.
Again, we have Fly being very aggressive here, not creeping, but going immediately for the Moonwells, trying to punish the one Moonwell tech as best he can. Last time he cancelled both of those Moonwells, and I don't see why this time should be any different. As you can see, the first cancellation coming in here. The Cloud Attack, pretty helpful here. Are gonna be able to repel this Blade Master soon. but not before he gets those cancellations off. Is there a wisp maybe nearby for a block? No, he's not trying for it. Oh my god!
This is also Fly. Fly is not only the one, the Beastmaster, the Juggernaut, he's also the player that can lose Blade Masters early on. But I think it was pretty much on purpose. I don't know. The Blade Master ran around a little bit like a headless chicken, not focusing on one. Moonwell was a little too greedy. The Grunt attacked the one, the Blade Master attacked the other. He was very convinced that he could get both of them that way. But in the end, he didn't get any. So Moon has a second Moonwell, more Moon Juice for him. The third one is coming up, and the fourth one, I'm pretty sure about that as well.
And now he could buy the Boots of Speed and hunt down these Grunts, waking up the creeps. Okay, a little bit more damage on those Grunts, I guess. And is it not boost time?
Ooh, Telestaff.
Telestaff instead.
He didn't have the goal to get both, and he couldn't wait. Blade Master's back.
Maybe it wasn't quite boost time, we didn't have a look at it. Could have had those grunt kills. He's still trying for it. He has a Telestaff, so even if he gets blocked into the base, he can staff out. And is he gonna try for it? Block. Yeah, fits.
Yeah, this is already defended, I think. Can't do anything here. He sees the base layout, and this time he won't be able to do the bestiary right here or here, because the shop is already there. Is this enough space for the Lodge? Yes, it is, right?
Think so.
Me too. Beastmaster is here, but back to creeping.
Okie dokie. Last time he was being aggressive with the demon, solo creeping the Beastmaster, resulting in a quick level 3 on the man with the mask. This time though he's gonna be going back for healing first. There's no Wisp in the Orc's main, so no staff possible. Try to cancel something there. 0 experience on the Blade Master, who, as you may remember, died a little while ago.
Yeah, this looks very good for Moon so far, but it was just the early game. There's not too much creeping going on, which is fairly rare for AI, but we see it again. Good timing by Fly to come into this base, because there are no engines of wind. Demon Hunter steps in to defend this. Beastmaster is there as well, but this is already a delay on the talents.
Alright, and what did he do here? He forced Wisp Repair, and he delayed the Ancient of Wind. But at some point, dude, you're gonna have to kill some neutrals, especially once the TC comes out, which is gonna be a little less than a minute. And Moon, he's running away with experience here. This is getting dangerous.
Yeah, but I think AI is definitely not a Blade Master map. It can turn into a TC map with the right items, so he won't do that much damage anyway. I mean, of course, if you allow him to do so much damage as he did on AZ, then yeah, it's nice, but it's better to distract. It's better to stop the progress of the Demon Hunter and focus on the levels of their TC, I think.
And totally different game from the Orc this time. Oh, can he surround something here? No. Very, extremely aggressive, but again, trying to go for cancel and not succeeding in doing so. So the Ancient of Wind will come up despite the base not even being blocked off. And the TC is here now. Is this finally where the Orc starts creeping, or is he just gonna be in his opponent's face this entire game?
Looks like it. It's basically a throwaway Blade Master.
Can try to go for some Wisp, but because of this is AI, excuse me, there's a lot of little nooks where melee units can't reach. And now creeping does begin, will be level 2 for the TC. Would be hilarious if this game ends with a Blade Master with 0 XP.
I think in the fight he will kill some stuff, hopefully for him. But this Blade Master creates the space that the TC needs, and so I really like what Fly is doing. He's okay. Early game didn't go that well for me. I couldn't cancel what I wanted to cancel. I couldn't follow it up like I wanted to follow it up. So it's decision time, and I've rarely seen a Blade Master been played like that.
Yeah, and he is hanging the carrot in front of the Nido's face. That's not really the right analogy. Which one am I looking for here? He's basically banging the drums in front of the Nidos, trying to force his attention away from the TC. But now he's looking for the aggression, it seems. TC is coming from the north, not in time though to do anything about the creep here being taken. Book of the Dead, bad drop, obviously. But
yeah, at the moment it's still okay, but the question is for how long. Not going for the upgrade, or did it just finish? No, he didn't. TP, gone.
Alright.
Fly, gone. More creeping. One of the big items is gone, but we have 4 big ones on this map. Here, here, here. So I think Fly will leave the upper right of this map for the later game, as it is basically his camp to take, or his camps to take.
Blade Master actually got experience. Too bad. Alright. So, is Fly gonna keep on being aggressive? Oh, that's a nice find. First ensnare, second ensnare, and Tinker dead. Even use the Pocket Factory. How much experience is the Pocket Factory?
Not too much.
We're gonna learn together, my friends.
This shared by 2, 42. As I said, not too much. Fly is knocking on his door, and we saw towers before in this game against Moon. He pulls peons, but I think this time, as there is no war mill, or is there? No, there's not. He's producing, but where's the next orc burrow? Okay, he's not willing to break up. He will play it more passively. He got a lot of the middle of the map, not leaving Moon too much space here. No level 3 hero. He definitely caught up in experience, as we have the level 3 TC after this one, most likely. Both going for big drops here. Mana Stone would be the best for the TC. Down. Yeah. Flute? Roll for Mage.
Again, not the greatest for the Night Elf. Lots of mana items for Night Elves today. No Berserkers, by the way, yet. This is going to be very late Berserker edition. Of course, much harder to reach to enable the Merc Camp access, especially from both Merc Camps to the Orc. And that gives the Night Elf quite a bit of space to creep now.
So Vamp Aura again, or what?
No. It's going to be Belt.
Okay. Once again, the little moon trick to cyclone the assassin down there to not get the poison damage on his talons.
Whoa.
Pretty good today for me. Pretty good predictions.
Alright, what's the Null Overseer?
I don't know about Null Overseers.
You don't have a special connection with them?
No, just with Drakes. I'm like Daenerys.
Don't spoil me!
No, I don't. But you know that she has dragons, right?
Yeah. One or two.
Yeah. Or 3, maybe.
Alright. He finds...
Telephone of evasion. Not that great. 2 heal scrolls though. That's already good. How many does Moon have? 1. That's it. Only 1. 1 heal potion. Demon Hunter is a good damage dealer. Tinker has the Invul. And a TP on the Beastmaster, as it always is. This is the 3rd one. Yes, it is. Wow, Flyman. His shot control is out of this world. He's going over 60. That's a lot of supply. Moon, of course, kept at 50. First Fury Dragons coming. So far, the Fury Dragons didn't do too much. As Fly...
I mean, there hasn't been a fight, right?
No, I mean in the entire series.
Okay.
Between the two. I mean, Fly realized that if there's like 3 Fury Dragons, it's not really worth to cast Spirit Link then or something. He just doesn't use it anymore, so they don't get damaged. Here we go, Cyclone being used, but there's more waves. Nice mana. Oh, what's that? Here we go. Oh, that was a big one.
Hitting like 5 times there. Pocket Factory gone immediately. Not quite immediately, but pretty fast. And yeah, this is wide open area. Bad!
Nice dodge.
Yeah, good dodge, I guess you could say. I wanted to say bad shockwave. Invul is over for the Blade Master. Needs to be cycloned up. This took way too long in the last game. Now he does it, but it's just always a little late. It seems always a little bit late. Next shockwave coming in again. That's total whiff. But the Raiders still find their targets. Not reapplying Spirit Link. Is that really worth it? I mean, Fairy Dragons, yeah, I understand, but still, not so sure about that move. Anyways, the Orc seems to need to retreat. Everything's dropping low. Demon Hunter in trouble, has potion though. The Tinker, on the other hand, he will be given that potion and will be forced to use it as well. No, actually, there's a stab first.
Oh, that exposes the Demon Hunter man, and Fly realizes trying to go for the kill. There's no cycling. Well, it seems out there it is. Shockwave again. Is there enough damage? No. Town Cloud swapped over by the Beastmaster and Fly. How bad is the rubber band? Not 40. He lost 20 supply there.
That was a good fight for Moon.
Yeah, I agree. Still at 50. Holy cow. really didn't lose too much.
He needs to really stack up on inventory though. He needs involves, heal scrolls, and TP as well.
Fly had 3 heal scrolls and still such a bad fight for him. And this is not like a bad position for Orc at all.
How did all the walkers die? Did the creeps help?
I have no idea.
Like seriously, how did they die? Only one left.
Yeah, I was focusing a lot on heroes there, so didn't catch that.
Demon Hunter? Is this enough for level 4? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's why the other heroes are so far away. Boom, level 2 evasion and a Tome of Agility +2.
Don't leave it! Don't leave it!
4 raiders. Is he going for pillage? Doesn't look like it. We haven't seen pillaged work in the entire Orc games so far. Moon with his back against the wall when the pressure is the highest, he thrives, and here comes Scroll of Healing number 1 and 2. He needs invo potions and normal potions. We don't see anything yet. 600 gold.
This is kind of the time where sometimes we see Moon expanding and maybe go for some base harass kind of game style.
Last time when Fly won lost the first big fight, he went for an expansion and won the game with that. Not the case this time. Berserker coming.
Only one, right?
Yeah, I think the Berserkers are really missing in the army here.
Yeah.
It's the second one, so that's okay. 2 or 3 should be the magical number. He goes for this invul. Only 1 heal scroll this time, right? Yeah.
I think he really needs 2. Demon Hunter only invul for him as well. Kind of dangerous. He went out there solo without a TP, and he didn't have wisps around to scout.
Did he know that?
Maybe he had a hawk somewhere that just expired. Oh, there's a new one.
Not too sure.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, Fly's making his way across the map again with 58 food, again with a few heal scrolls, but they're empty here. Moon got them first. The first position was better for him than it is now. But he's trying to claim map control, I think.
Yeah. Getting that TC closer to 5, but it's gonna be a while. More and more walkers. Yeah, I think you could really use more. 3 walkers is not a lot.
They have good mana though. 4th one is coming, 61 food for Fly. Assassin is dead now as well. Last time he was still stuck in the air. Blade Master closing in on 4, and now this is normal for AI. Everything is crapped, nothing to do anymore, and the question now is who makes the first move?
Probably gonna be a while before Moon, at least a little while before he goes into upkeep. And we're gonna see that rare Night Elf above 50 supply. Very rare sight in this game, this matchup. Waiting for the heal scroll again.
Yeah, he has no gold.
Yeah.
Because this is coming up. The clock's ticking for Moon.
There was a hawk here a second ago. Don't know if you exactly saw it. There's a new one.
What? 3 engines of war.
It's pretty cool for base defense. Helps a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't cost supply, so you can stay at 50 food and still...
Also gets rid of some wisps, which he doesn't need anymore. 1.1k lumber, that is absolutely enough for the rest of this game.
And he has Nature's Blessing already, so more armor on them.
It's really cool. I really like that addition.
Yeah, they can hide behind... the talent can hide behind them.
Right, the Hawk's gonna scout the expo in just a few seconds, and then it's probably go time for the production. And here we go!
He has 1,000 gold.
And goes into upkeep right away.
Immediately. There we go.
A player's forces are under attack.
3 Fury Dragons on the other side. And 6 Raiders, 4 Walkers, 2 Berserkers. This is gonna be enough. We check the inventory. 1 heal scroll here, Blade Master with the second one. So 2 and 1. Here we have 2. Demon Hunter, where are you?
He's the guy with the warglaives.
Okay, 2 and 1 here as well. Plus additional heal potions for the Night Elf.
He's looking like he wants to go for some grubby style. You leave? Alright, I kill your base.
Another Berserker here. And Peon's coming. It's gonna be a long road for the... Oh, he doesn't have gold. Yeah, now he does. Ooh, 2, that makes 4.
Welcome to Sesame Street. Alright, there we go. Once again, a bit of Spirit Link missing in this army. And Cyclone on the Berserker, isolating him. Uphill, do you really want to fight there? He retreats a little onto open battlefield, but the Ancients of War, man, they are in the battle as well. First shockwave, that was finally a good one. Hitting like 5 talons over there. Ancients of War actually die fairly quickly. Invul popped early to try to get the Demon Hunter, but that's certainly not going to work with him having an Invul as well. But the Raiders are reaching around. Oh my god, that shockwave was like 10 talons. Holy Jesus. Oh man, countered by the heal scroll, of course. Speaking of which, Orc also using the Demon Hunter stuck and pinned down with the end snare. Really well done. But now the talents start to die slowly but surely. Many of them very hurt, staff back in from the demon, but this Orc army is also dropping low, very, very low on health.
Oh, that health scroll was so good, but we see it on both sides. Level 2 critical strike, now more Cyclone. I wonder how many he got. There's no mana anymore. Mana potion would be great for Fly, but doesn't have one. Those Raiders, man, they're chewing through the talents. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. The Demon Hunter is standing there right next to them. There would be a mana burn. There's a shockwave, actually. Where's the mana burn? There we go, totally unnecessary. Again, a mistake by Moon, losing 2 talents over it as Fly retreats, and look at this Crimson Mask is trendy in Orc City now.
Jesus Christ. Now the Knights might be able to push forward, but there's not enough Cyclone to go around for this Blade Master to keep him disabled anymore. Scroll of Healing, the value is off the chains. When's he gonna use it? Right now. So much healing being done. Oh, the Blade Master in trouble. He's gonna lose him! Again! For the second time on Ancient Isles. Maybe didn't have the money for the TP, I don't know. The scroll speed being used and hunting down those last few talents. He doesn't have the money for the tavern buyback. The TC is level 5, but he himself is not able to win this game.
Oh my god, what a match, man. Moon with the back against the wall, about to be eliminated here. 42 supply only. Fly pushing with 40, but the expansion is running, but he forgot to get peons here, so it's absolutely not worth it currently. Those men sent them to your expo, but he wants to end the game and snare to save the units. Holy cow, what the damage the one shockwave did and the healing he got from the heal scroll. Unreal. But the Blade Master loss will really hurt him. He's on the bench for quite a bit, almost 2 minutes.
And Fly has not gone for the full retreat yet, wants to keep the Knight of busy, wants to get that expo to work, but now there's Pocket Factory harass, and he realizes, alright, this expo is toast. No way I can keep it up. Again, massive losses from the Orc. Also was able, however, to keep a lot of it alive in impressive fashion. But Moon, this is his time. He smells the victory.
There's not too much Cyclone there, though. Not for a longer fight. Do we have... what's the main gold mine say? 40, they expire. Whoa. I mean, Moon can just run over there. Second Pocket Factory. Rare to see that right next to each other. And here comes the next fight. More and more talents. Is there mana on the TC? No, there's not. Not a single shockwave here. Again, no mana potion. Level 3 on the Tinker. Beastmaster joins the fight as well. The Raiders are dying. There's... I don't know, man. They're suffering so hard.
Why isn't he cycloning them? At least one. And there's...
He doesn't have that much mana.
I guess he really wants to reserve that for the heroes. He knows the Blade Master is about to be back. And the trio is walking like...
Oh, here comes Cyclone from the left. TC about to be surrounded. No invul, no healing, no nothing but a surround. He opens it up! Oh boy! Second Cyclone has to be invested. Another Raider might be falling soon. And Tree of Eternity is helping with the surround and the big right things. Of course, he doesn't want to hit them, last hit them. But the level 5 TC is down as well. And Fly is losing his second hero. And now it's time to clean up. Level 5 Demon Hunter on the front. This looks horrible for Fly. An Engine of War is coming, the Quill Beast is coming, this expo needs to be repaired super soon. Blade Master's coming to help. What a game!
Can Fly get back into this game? He needs to do some hit and run tactics. Guerrilla warfare is the name of the game. Everything here so hurt. The Raiders will just barely get away. They have Fairy Fire on him though. Impossible to surprise his opponent now with the constant vision being provided. He will take out this Ancient of War, but the Great Hall doesn't have many hit points to its name.
And the next Pocket Factory arrest will be even stronger as he leveled them up, but wow,
Jesus Christ.
If he loses this is so over. The Quill Beasts are great at doing those last hits. he have a heal scroll? No, he doesn't. Tinker being caught with an end snare.
Could he kill the tree? Is there a TP on the Night Elf side? Doesn't have a TP, doesn't have the money for it.
He does have a Demon Hunter.
Yeah, he could stab back the demon. Stabs back the Tinker though. Yeah, okay. Nah, the Raiders are too hurt. Like, I think the tree would beat them.
Fly's economy gets wrecked here. No income for him anymore. He's down at 54. He's trying to get some money now, but oh, nice. Oh, the Fury Dragons can outmaneuver them. Finally, the end snare doesn't help too much anymore. 2 Raiders dead.
It looks like the beginning of the end. We have a TP here on the Orc side, and that's it. GG. As Moon comes back into this game, he kills the Blade Master early at the beginning of the game, but still, somehow he finds himself behind in that game.
It was
strong comeback.
Really, really close, and you see Moon almost looking a little exhausted here. He was about to be eliminated there at one point. Fly was going crazy in most of the fights, but then he hit him back. His Night Elves do a lot. Okay, now again, like in the game against Hawk. Is this the first group with almost all games being 2-1? I think only the winner bracket final was 2-0, right?
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Alright. Stakes are so high. Will Fly again be eliminated in the group stage? Is Moon the successor to WFZ? Will Korea's tournament life end completely after the disappointing performances of Remind and Focus?
Crazy. Last year it was Lin taking second place. This could be Korea abandoning us after Russia already. Last game of the day, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna find out who joins the other 5 in the playoffs, and of course tomorrow there will be 2 more joining. Tomorrow we start at the same time, 10 AM CEST, and if you happen to be in China, that's 4 PM CST, I think it's called.
Yeah.
China Standard Time.
Because they only have one time zone.
Yeah, I think
Pretty clever.
I think we talked about that like 2 days ago. It gets dark so early here, and also
that's the reason.
And the sun rises so early because we're at the far edge of like the time zone.
You're not that stupid sometimes, you know that? Didn't expect that.
That did not sound condescending at all. Alright, going into the last map on a high note. It's gonna be Turtle Rock. No surprise. Most of the time, the Orc's choice, with Echo not being available.
They have the choice between Turtle Rock, Twisted, and Last Refuge. Last Refuge, of course, great for the Night Elf because of all the chokes that you can position yourself in. Didn't want to do that. There's so many good items here and good positions to fight in, so it's Turtle Rock. And it's gonna be it's the decider.
Okie dokie. Squeezy, Squoky, Fly. Does not have his red and white shirt on today. That's a new shirt. I haven't seen that before.
Moon would be the 3rd Night Elf in the quarterfinals. Fly would be the only Orc surviving
A town is under siege.
after the losses of Hawkworker. And Focus early on, of course, for the Night Elf side, we do have Foggy, and we do have Life already in the playoffs.
Once again, the Night Elf here with the lucky spawn in the bottom left. Just wait a minute. Did he cancel his Ancient of War? What?
Something is wrong.
I think he moved into the creeps.
And he has no lumber for the Engine of War.
Oh my god!
Oh fuck. The stakes are so high, as we said. It's about
Goodness.
so much, and he does a mistake.
He has to play Hunts from here, right?
He has done this 1,000,000 times in his life.
Oh my god.
And now, when it's about elimination... No way!
Again?
No, what is wrong with Moon?
Is this a different Turtle Rock? No, right? Usually that's possible, guys. Usually the creeps don't wake up. Or, attack. He loses the wisp, he cancels his own Ancient of War twice. Honestly, this should be GG right here. The score is 1-1, by the way. Yeah, of course the orc doesn't know about this. Well, I don't even know. What do you do here?
Fly is aggressive now again, like he was in the first 2 matches. There's no way Moon can defend it. He can't creep. He could do the archer trick. Ah, he has no archers, of course.
Agent of War in the base. This is Hans, I think, right?
A player's
Or,
forces
I don't know.
are under attack.
I don't know, man.
There's no archers, so he doesn't have lumber. Or he does have lumber now, but I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm in total disbelief.
Didn't think this was how this evening was gonna end. This day was gonna end. Alright, so the 2 first heroes are gonna meet, and then he's like, huh, you don't have any items. That's weird. Why might that be? Oh no, it's just going from bad to worse, bro.
Of course he has evasion, but along the duration of Windwalk here is about to expire. Will it be in time?
Yeah.
Ring. So, okay, it's a ring.
Wait a minute, you got the last hit? No. He didn't kill the other turtles. Okay, he only killed the big turtle.
Demon Hunter still 0
Wow.
experience. He's right in his face, man. Like, I can do whatever I want now. This is a demonstration of force by Fly now.
Jesus Christ.
He's a bully.
A player's forces are under attack.
Can drag him back in here so the Demon Hunter can't reach for the mana burn kill. Oh, might still be able to. But he doesn't get it. I thought he was wrong there for a second.
0 experience. Boots of speed.
Lol.
Boots of freaking speed. Here comes the grunt.
He has 2 windwalks.
He's going for it. Yeah, he's going for it. There's not much Moon juice yet. Oh, fuck. Moon is getting pummeled by Fly. This is the hero. Holy shit. This is the worst early game that anybody has played in a professional tournament, I think.
Oh my god. And he's taking away the 1 creep camp that his opponent can creep, and he gets the slivers. And now he can creep the ogre.
He can creep everything.
He's almost level 3, man.
Can they just have mercy and restart this? If Moon comes back from this, man, this would be unbelievable.
The greatest comeback of the year.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, he takes the ogre.
Of course he does.
Claws, right?
This is close. Close the face. Also nice. So, Moon, what the hell can you do now? The Demon Hunter is back. He does have a lot of gold. 19 supply. Did he build a single archer? No, right? I don't think so. So, it's gonna be Beastmaster time soon, or is it some special strategy stuff? TC is coming out. He's going in for the buildings. It will be a beastery here again, I think.
A player's forces.
So he could cancel that. Okay, he's delaying it already. Blade Master is looking for the Engines of Wind. So he gets to the late Raiders. That's nice. Blade Master is coming in. He's still almost 2 levels ahead. If he gets a few more.
He has no boots.
He has no boots. There's a lot of hits. There's no Windwalk though, so he misses the backstab. If he's lucky with crits, then no.
I think he has to crit every single time.
And again, the Beastmaster's there, and again he sends them to creep.
A player's forces are under attack.
He could cancel the bestiary with a second Quill Beast. Is he gonna try? No. Creeping.
Fly is a guy who throws games though. It's always possible that he loses a Blade Master or another hero on a stupid occasion. He's scouting for the turtle abuse again.
Demon Hunter has 0 experience, by the way. Yeah.
If the TC gets equal items as last game, and there's no mana burn at this point. Like, he skilled evasion.
Did he? Oh, he did. LOL.
Oh, he just killed the shop, but the lords, the Engine of Winds are up.
Oh my god.
First experience for the Demon Hunter after 6 minutes and 20 seconds. So 4 minutes and 20 seconds of his life. You finally learned. This is like being a virgin until 33.
There's someone in chat really sad right now that you said that. Alright, Demon Hunter's inventory is actually looking pretty good now. The experience bar, not so good. TC's level 2, finds the one real bad item at this camp.
Blade Master's not going for the item here and for the ward.
He has a telly staff. Interesting.
Indeed interesting. Tier 3 is almost done for Moon. This is the great thing about talents, you can't come back from almost everything. I mean, okay, maybe not if you don't have mana burn, but oh, is he going for it again? He's trying.
A player's forces are under attack.
But again, not too much wind walks. TC has all the time in the world though.
Dude, the TC is gonna have level 2 wave before we have level 1 mana burn.
Yeah, that's something new. Tinker, triple hero is online. Master training started and expansion, yeah, of course. This is no-brainer.
Plays it safe. Fly could probably just ruffle stomp him and run into his base, but there's no need to take that risk. He's gonna play this out slowly. Tinker, no, not Tinker. Beastmaster, oh boy, do you have a TP? No, you don't. Yeah, that's not enough damage,
He has
bro.
to cancel it, but there's Ensnare and Raiders. This is a TP for sure.
I think you should let him die.
There's no surprise, nothing he can do against it. Beastmaster is low, Demon Hunter is low, he can't really do anything. Maybe it's time for the Ancient Watch to finally be useful after all the trouble that he created. Blade Master level 3, TC level 2.4 or something.
I'm still in shock of what happened this game.
It's disastrous.
Oy, oy, oy.
This GCS is cursed for Korea somehow.
Alright, level 3 TC gonna be going up against a level 1 demon. This needs to be a ring of protection for Moon.
Yeah, if you're a Moon fan, then you definitely hope for something crappy here. Blade Master sounds a bit, but Heal Scroll for the Blade Master. And Invo Potion as well. TC finds, let's see, Heal Scroll for him there too. Claws +9.
Yeah. Red Camp, alright, this is a good bit of experience and this will finally be level 2 on the Demon. Oh, but the Orc might be coming in for the Jack, and Shockwave's already hitting those talents.
Got the Cyclone being used, he gets all of it. Helm of Valor. Bit of HP, of healing being used against the Shockwave from the Overlord, but Fly comes in with the backstab. Is this already enough for Moon? 49 supply versus 49, but items and hero levels look way better. Uses a lot of Cyclone to get somehow out of here as he needs these levels. Oh shit! He gets them, but there's no TP. Moon has to fight. This might be the last fight of this tournament. Looks bad for him, but he's focusing on the Blade Master. There is an Invo Potion though, no mana for Windwalk anymore. Moon fights this pretty damn well, gets another kill. The Shockwave was bad, not hitting anything there. The creeps are helping.
Cheering for Korea are the turtles. He's rebuying at the shop. Next Shockwave coming in. Oh my god, that was a massive one. Gets countered though by the Stroll of Healing. But again, there's no Spirit Link on these Raiders. He can pick them off, and also the TC is low HP. If he can get a hero kill in here, that might be the turnaround. Can Moon actually come back in this impossible game? Heal Scroll though keeps this Raider alive, but the heroes are somehow pretty strong for Moon in this fight. Demon Hunter will have to retreat back. Moonwells aren't too far away though.
Another grunt down. The TC is a problem here. There's no item for him anymore. But where's the damage? Tinker, Beastmaster, yeah, but he lacks the DP talents. The TC is about to die. Can he block a bit? Pocket Factory block from the talent, but there is no damage. He's waiting for a Cyclone. Death guy one, but he can't get it. The aura helps him so bad. More Cyclone being used here in the back, but the rest of the army Fly now is overpowered. But the Demon Hunter's back. Can he get the Blade Master? There's no mana for Windwalk. But he can't. He can't! And Fly survives, man. But that was way closer than expected.
Can't believe it. But while all of this was going on, the expansion was finishing up, and this has been scouted. Of course, he tried to kill it earlier, didn't work.
Is there a Cyclone? There is.
Oh my god, can you kill him?
Invo potion, heal scroll, rest of the army comes in.
Yeah, no, too much, can't kill him. That was a reality check for the Orc. He thought he had this game easy in the bag, but Moon puts up a good fight. But I'm afraid the struggle is far from over.
Fly breaking upkeep now. 58 food for him. Production is good. Raider Walker. Invo potions, heal potions needed now desperately. He sends the Tinker away for the Pocket Factory harass. Level 3 on the Beastmaster. Maybe the Pocket Factory can be accompanied by the Quill Beast. And he's just sniping the items now. Level 7 turtles gone. Snack the item, go away, do something else. That's exactly what he needs to do now. Cutting corners and get the big items there that are left on the map.
Players' forces are under attack.
Tinker's here, will reunite with the rest of the army here most likely.
2.5 already on this Tinker. Pretty strong. Item here was greater healing. Probably not going to be relevant. Alright, next red camp though goes towards the Night Elf, most likely. He's got an Ancient of War here to spot for the incoming attack of the Raiders. It's 5 of them. 6 in fact. Even the Grunt is still alive. Overlord, level 7 though, you're right. Will be taken out of experience plus claws plus 12. Amazing items for the Night Elf. But he has no TP to get back. Ah, he does, never mind.
Okay, final fight now. The Tinker is not with him. He doesn't have his staff. Moon is fighting. Oh, that shockwave into the town portal. Well done. The heroes have to block now, but the Pocket Factory is not there. Moon is supply stuck as well. Can't go over 40 after he loses a few units. Cyclone on the Blade Master, but there's mana for Windwalk. Moon Juice has been used. Tinker wipe out the peons.
They come back to repair.
It's not going to be enough to kill it, but maybe in the next wave. Moonman holding on to a threat. But the threat is made of spider web or anything, it holds him for now.
Dude, he's playing this so well. Can't believe he's making this game close. He's still behind by about 20 supply. So it's not easy. But he gets the next red camp. This will be level 4 for the Beastmaster, and that opens up another opportunity of base harass.
Exactly, Quill Beasts.
Oh, the Tinker.
He doesn't have a Orb of Lightning, so it's not that bad. One backstep though. I think he should try to throw the next Pocket Factory, but he can't, as he is finally scouted by the Raiders, and that's the end for him. More damage on the Blade Master, more experience obviously. And he mines and mines and mines. 70 food. Moon can't break upkeep against this. He needs to fight the best positions possible.
The item that Moon finds are pretty good. He now got the Allura's Flute. And from the red camps before, he also got very nice items. Finding the slippers now as well. This demon, man, is a beast. Plus 10 agility, plus 22 damage. And here comes the harass squad.
Definitely a hard carry, this demon hunter is, but nice movement by Fly. Where can he fight actually? It's only like here, right?
Yeah.
And here maybe? And in his base, obviously. But why should Fly push into his base when he has an expansion running? That's the hard problem.
King of Region, meh, item, okay I guess. TC getting close to 5 and picking up a TP scroll. We've had a few of these games today where players are holding on, it's really tense and it's really impressive how they do that. But the question of how they actually win the game, that is a much harder one to answer. Moon Juice almost entirely gone. Actually, there's a few decent ones in the back. Demon way too far forward. He might get surrounded here. He has no invul. Greater healing, but that's not an invul. Tinker in the front line also taking quite a bit of damage. The Beastmaster is stuck! But he can't get out, thank goodness. The Tinker is gonna die without using the Pocket Factory. He didn't have the mana. And the Demon Hunter in the front line healing potion will keep him alive. But I don't think he can stab him out. There's so many end snares. He needs to keep this end snare lock going. And then that's Fly moving through to the playoffs. And he cannot get him out. Can he? Can he? No, it is the critical strike. Killing the Demon Hunter. 2 heroes down. 1 to go. This is just way too much stuff. It's a numbers game at this point. Fly will not get this kill. There will be an invul here to save him, but without the other 2 heroes, especially without the demon, there is almost no way in hell this can work. Even the ancients are helping out now. It's the march of the ends again, but they're so slow, they're so weak, they don't really matter, do they? Beastmaster being focus fired, end snare after end snare, finding him, killing him is the blade, not in a crit, but still will be able to do it, and that is it. Moon GG's out, he's out, Korea's out. And we're almost out as well. That's the last game of the day, and Fly moves on to but to add another player to the playoffs.
Korea in tears, Loctaro Gar survives, and Fly, that was closer than expected, yeah, takes a big breath here in Shanghai. Focus, eliminated. Remind, eliminated. Moon's good mood, eliminated. It's over. The dream for the motherland of Warcraft is a nightmare. The qualifiers were bad for them already, and it turns out that the final was even worse.
Oh, yeah, man. Who would have thought? Not a single Korean in the playoffs.
Moon is the first of the top favorites that's out. I mean, Remind and Focus, yeah, but I don't think they were like top tier category. That's really disappointing. Tomorrow it could hit, for example, TH in a group with Ruden, Joshishi, and WFC.
Our last group, Group D, tomorrow. The Serbian Prince going up against the Chinese human with the most beautiful beard you've ever seen. And also WFZ. Can he step out of the shadows of 1-2-0? He's kind of like the big brother 1-2-0 as far as, I don't know, glory goes. And Shishi, he's like the underdog. Nobody's looking at Shishi in that group.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. We'll cover it tomorrow. Today it was a great games that we've seen. Hawkman coming close twice, was eliminated. We have the bracket. Coming close twice, winning good maps against Live, throwing the second game away. Basically, it was a disaster. The third game could have been his as well, but it wasn't his days. Basically, the story repeated in this game against Moon in the lower bracket. Fly, not Fly, Live, the biggest surprise with Foggy in the tournament so far. I think even higher, right?
Yeah, I do think so. Foggy did get third place last time. Life doesn't have too many achievements yet. We learned actually from Ugri that he is not that timid, nervous guy that we all expected him to be, assumed him to be. How far can he make it in the playoffs though? Playoffs start the day after tomorrow, right after finishing Group D. It's gonna be 3 days of playoff. No, wait, 2 days?
I think it's 2 days, I'm not that sure. We'll look it up and keep you up to date, of course. Yeah, you can find all the old or the past matches on youtube.com/backtowarcraft, and if you want to follow us on social media, you can do that on Facebook and Twitter. It's both Back to Warcraft. You can find it there. If you want to support us, if you like the stream today, 6 hours of streaming, I guess. No, 7. No, 6. 6. You can support us with PayPal. It's paypal.backtowarcraft.com, I guess. You can buy our merchandise at b2wshop.com and de. You can subscribe here at Twitch, then you get the replay pack of GCS as well. Many methods. You can find all the stuff below the stream, and I really hope you like it. If you have constructive criticism, then you can share that as well on reddit.backtowarcraft.com or reddit/r/wc3. We always appreciate it, as we're far away from perfect. Be a little kind with us, as this audio stuff was really annoying today. I hope we have a solution tomorrow. Apart from that, these guys here are very good to us, and we hope we can entertain you guys tomorrow as well. Apart from that, have a great evening over there in Europe. Thank you for staying up late or getting up early with and for us. This was Neo and Remo from Back to Warcraft reporting from Shanghai. And now, Remo, there's only one more thing to do.
Our favorite song we've all been looking forward to it all day. I will see you guys tomorrow. That's right, I can see you. When we conclude the group stage. See you then.